Match day 23 in Major League Soccer is upon us. Welcome to Scarves and Spikes. Sydney and Tommy with me as we continue our partnership with Scorehub. You get a $100 gift card by picking MLS matches, picking different events during MLS matches, building yourself a nice little parlay. Join free at the link at the QR code on the screen or at the link in our description. It is absolutely free. And again, you can win a $100 gift card depending on what you know about MLS matches. Tommy, does that excite you?
It does. It's a safe way of doing it. I've been taking a break recently after the World Cup. I was like mentally drained from like the real betting here. And like, this is perfect. You go in, all you got to do is give me your email, 3 drops of blood. Just kidding. No. And then log in and just do some picks. Last week was my first time doing it with Tyler. It's a lot of fun. And there's no stress. Like if you lose, you lose. If you win, you get $100. Yeah. And that's it. Where do you want to start?
Let's get started, Tommy, with an interesting match out west in the Western Conference, I should say. Houston Dynamo versus the San Jose Earthquakes. Houston has been one of the informed teams in MLS. They lost, though, to very, very good St. Louis team the last time out 2-1. That broke not only their 5-match winning streak, but their 5-match streak without giving up a goal. So this Houston team has been terrific. San Jose has not been terrific. They are dropping like a stone, 0-5-1 in the last 6 matches. But they have a new player coming in, Edward Levin, formerly of St. Louis City. He'll look to elevate this San Jose side and help them break out of this summer funk. What are you feeling to start out with?
Well, again, it's MLS, as we talked about last week, and the home team is usually heavy favorites here. When you're doing Scorehub, it doesn't matter if you take a favorite, if you take a long shot, they're all worth the same here. Do you feel Houston is a confident win here for 10 points, or would a Houston Dynamo win or draw so you get a double chance here for 3 points? I'm kind of leaning towards Houston winning this one, but what are your thoughts?
No, I have Houston. I think San Jose, I think their psyche is just shot. I think the losing streak and this cold streak that they've been on has really wore on them. I feel like this happens a lot under Bruce Arena at San Jose. They brought in Edward Levin to help their attack. They dealt with some injuries, but I feel like just Houston is the better team. I mean, you said, though, the home team usually has the advantage here. Houston lost out on the road, I should say, to St. Louis. So it's a little caveat there. That being said, I think getting back to the hell of the shell and all of that, I think that they're going to be able to ride that to a 6-win and 7 tries. So I think Houston gets back on the winning side against the San Jose Earthquakes.
The next question is, do we want to add anything here? San Jose, I mean, they've lost these games 5-1, 1-0, 3-1, 4-2. They've been some high-scoring losses for a few of them there, obviously besides that Galaxy one. But Houston, while they've obviously been very good, the games are 1-0, 2-0 here. So my question for you is do we want to try to add 3 points to this and say there's going to be under 3.5 goals?
I think absolutely it's going to be under 3.5 goals. You look at Houston, one of the lowest scoring teams in the league. They scored 30 goals, which, I mean, isn't terrible, but at the same time, doesn't put them atop the league leaders in MLS. Of course, you have Guilherme, who has been in very strong form for them, but they aren't a heavily scoring team. Now, the thing is, their defense, they've allowed 26 goals all season long. Not the best, but fourth, or tied for fourth, I should say, in MLS. So this is a team that really has the capability to just stifle teams. And I mentioned the hell in the shell and all of that. This is going to be a hot match. I think that's going to be a little bit of a struggle for San Jose. So I'm going to say less than 3.5 goals.
Are you confident for less than 2.5 goals, or you want to stick to under 3.5?
Let's stay with under 3.5. I don't want to go too far, but I think it'll definitely be under 3.5. I could see this being maybe a 2-0 or 2-1 for Houston.
I mentioned last week, when you're doing this, you don't want to get too crazy, because if you don't get both of them right, then you don't get any points here. So I think a Houston win under 3.5, I think that's a good one. You get 13 points for a winner here. So I'm going to lock it in.
Let's do Houston first goal, by the way. Let's do that.
Houston first goal. Okay.
Yeah.
We just went to 32 points.
Okay. Potential loss warning. Uh-oh. So we proceed with caution here, or
You know what? It's like I said, it's free. We're gonna do it.
let's roll. They're at home. Why not?
Yeah, for sure. All right, where are we going next?
Red Bulls versus Philly at I-95 Derby at Red Bull, not Red Bull Arena, Sports Illustrated Stadium. This could be interesting. Red Bull winless in the past 3 matches. Philadelphia hasn't lost since the World Cup break. They've played their last 2 matches to draws, 2-2 against Miami, 1-1 against Austin. So this is another team that's in form and that has really rallied around Ryan Richter, the interim head coach. Where do you want to start? What are you feeling, I guess?
Well, usually for this, I'm starting with the results. We're going to talk about this. There's no player picks here, so you got to pick the game. Philadelphia has basically owned the Red Bulls in the last 5 matches. There's been 4 Philly wins and 1 Red Bull win here, and there's just some teams that get people. So this game scares me a lot.
4-4-3 at home, which is not great, but not incredible or anything like that. Philly has been a bogey team for Red Bull over the past few years. I think the win that they got was last year, if I'm not mistaken. If you looked at historically, I think it was a lengthy winless streak that Red Bull had against Philadelphia before that.
Okay. With New York being at home, I'm going to be safe on this one, a little less safe than we were the last one. Back me up here. We could change it. I'm thinking New York win or draw.
I'm going to go with Philadelphia win.
Whoa, okay.
I think Philly, they're the informed team right now. I'm not going to go on a limb and say they'll win this match because they've kind of tailed off just a little bit, but playing with confidence that they haven't played with or they didn't play with under Bradley Carnell. Kevin Sullivan looks to get better and better every single match. They have Kai Wagner back. Neil Pierre, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get U.S. men's national team consideration soon. Milan Oloski, one of the best strikers in MLS, nobody's talking about. So there are a lot of things to like about this Philadelphia team. New York's young, they're talented, but I feel like in a lot of ways they're still learning how to win, kind of.
So do we want to do the double chance, or are you just picking Philly up straight?
Yeah, let's do double chance. Let's do Philly win or draw here.
So immediately for me, I usually like to go to goals here and how many goals that we are going to see in this game. Philadelphia, their last few games, their scores have been 3-2, 2-2, 1-1, which means they're probably going to a 0-0 draw if this is all going to there. The Red Bulls games have been 1-1, 1-0, 3-1 in their last few. Again, I'm not being bold here, but I'm saying maybe an under 3.5 goals again.
I'm going to go over.
Dude, we are doing the opposite. You know what? So I like to harass Sydney sometimes when he has bold takes on the show and everything. So I'm not going to forget this. So now that we're doing this on my account, when I get the alerts from Scorehub, whether we win or lose, if you win, I'm not going to say a word.
So I'll tell you why, because Red Bull, they've given up 43 goals. So maybe it's I don't know, 2-2 or something like that.
This is a big 12 points here. Do we want to beat? Let's put it this way. That's worth 12 points. I think. If I'm jumping in here, I think we should remove that.
Let's say over 2.5. Over 2.5. Yeah, I feel more confident.
We're let's be a little safe here.
Okay.
Because we're not agreeing on things here, but I think let's calm it down.
Yeah.
But just so you know, when you get a text message around 9:30 here, I'm either if you don't get a text message, you were right. Okay. But if you're off on this one, you will be getting a text message around 9:30.
I'm sure I will.
Do we want to add anything to this? Both teams to score?
Yeah, let's do it. Both teams will score.
That's 24 points there. I think that's pretty good here.
Yeah, let's lock it in. Seattle versus Chicago. Let's go to that next, Tommy. Seattle getting a draw against Cincinnati. They get Dejan Joveljic. He's coming in. So that's a boost to them if they can get him integrated in the team as quickly as possible. Chicago has not lost in his past 4 matches. They are pushing toward a top 4 playoff spot, which it's been a while since we were able to say that about the Fire. Of course, Lewandowski, you can't talk about the Fire without him. I'm going to say Chicago wins this one. I'm going to go Fire winning this one straight up.
The last 4 games that these teams have played, the home team has won every single one of them. We hear a lot about this in the NFL. If this was the NFL, I think me and you would, combined, I think our knowledge would be fantastic. One of the things we've talked about with MLS announcers that have been on our show is the travel. It could be difficult, and then also with Chicago traveling to Seattle, you have an issue with the time starting here as well. Like, this is an early match in Seattle. It definitely takes players off their game here. I'm not sure where I would go with this, to be honest with you. I would do a double chance if it was me, but
Double chance?
I will. No, we're going Sydney. It's all gas, no brakes with you. We are going Chicago to win this.
Okay.
Where do you think the goals are going to be?
I'm going to do 2 to 3 goals in this one.
Do you think both teams are going to score?
I do think both teams are going to score.
I agree on that one. That's 35 points, sir. I think we move on.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's lock it in. We're pushing the envelope, I feel like.
Hey, you know what? I mean, yeah, the 30 range there is pretty good. You get a couple of these in the group. I think you're in good shape.
Let's go to Southern California. San Diego FC versus the LA Galaxy. San Diego, a point out of playoff places, a point behind Colorado, Salt Lake, RSL, I should say, Portland, and Minnesota. So if they win this one, they could be right back in the playoff chase. They could be as high as 7th, depending on how this match goes. The Galaxy look, they have gotten a red card, I should say, in their past 3 matches. So we'll see if they make it 4. Yeah, they're still finding their way. They beat San Jose. I mean, who hasn't lately? Then they drew against Montreal. They should have gotten out there with all 3 points, I feel like.
They sold their soul for MLS Cup a few years ago. And like, it hasn't been the same for the Galaxy.
Part of his pooch hasn't been able to stay
right. As Atlanta fans here, we felt that way about Joseph Martinez after he got injured. And there's just some teams that there's a guy that makes the team tick, and they haven't been able to really replace him with anyone that has been able to really make this team work overall. I would say San Jose wins this. Or San Diego. San Diego, I'm sorry.
Yeah, San Diego wins. Let's see some other events that could happen throughout the match here. What else do we have?
Well, I mean, we can look at goals here. The last 2 matchups that these 2 teams have had, their only matchups. San Diego's won it 2-0, and then San Diego won 2-1. So they beat them in both.
What are you thinking about goals? I want to say over 2.5 goals, I think.
Yeah, I mean, San Diego's last couple games, 3-0. They lost 3-1. They had a 1-0 win against LAFC, but the Galaxy aren't getting blown out in games. Like, they had a 2-2 draw, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0, 1-1. They keep things close. Because originally I was thinking about maybe having San Diego win by 2. I don't know if I want to go that far here. If you want to go over 2.5, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do over 2.5 goals at this point.
So we're at 23 points here. There's an interesting one here. We haven't talked. Team to score in both halves. That's a little shaky.
Yeah. What about red cards? Is red cards?
I mean,
do we say that we see another red card for LA Galaxy or San Diego for that matter?
If I gave you $10, I would never trust you with my money ever. I mean, if you want to, I don't think it's just going to keep running at this rate here.
Yeah.
I mean, if it did, that would be hilarious. But if we're just going all gas, no brakes, we could do it.
Yeah, let's leave it. Let's leave it.
You want to say that they've learned their lesson here?
Yeah.
It will, however, let us pick San Diego first goal.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's
39 points.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We are a lot braver than Tyler and I. All right, we're locking this one in. I can't let you pick another one, you madman. Let's do one more. Where are we going?
Let's go to Sunday. St. Louis versus FC Dallas. Considering the way FC Dallas has been playing, part of it is because they've been on the road. I'll give them that. You gotta go with St. Louis City, right? I think I gotta go with the win straight up.
Well, the last 2 matches against this team, including a matchup in April, have both been 1-1 draws.
I don't care. I'm still going St. Louis City winning. They're just too good a team right now, and Yondame, I think, is going to be very, very close to getting Coach of the Year. I think he's going to be one of the prime candidates to get that award. But I have St. Louis City winning this match.
Both teams with a 9-6-6 record. Exact same record going into this game.
Yeah, but St. Louis's 9-6-6 has pretty much developed over these past few matches.
I don't know if I want to touch the goals. I mean, but you know what? I will say this. When you look at Dallas's last few games, 5-0. So there was 5 goals in that one. 4-3 win against RSL. 2-1 win against Austin. 3-1 loss. They're involved in some high-scoring games. Now, St. Louis, however, 2-1, 1-1, 3-1, 1-1 in their past 4. If we're gonna do this, I don't think we should be overly brave. I think over 2.5 goals is the way to go here. An option here is St. Louis to score in both halves.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not sure.
I think we might just call this a day.
Just call it with St. Louis winning and there being over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, I'm fine with, if it's not there, you don't want to push it.
Yeah, we've pushed a lot on this episode, so
we have. We'll do a bonus one here, and it's one close to our heart here that we know a lot about. This has become a really good rivalry with these teams here. It's a big game for Atlanta to really get back into the standings here, and they're at home. They're rested. Both teams, without a midweek game, I think is good. Both teams for Kansas City and Atlanta, they both looked exhausted on Sunday, and like that, you're going to get that all across the league when you have 3 games in 7 or 8 days. Do you feel like Atlanta's got another win? Did you do a draw? I think you actually picked a draw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-2. Like I said the other day,
repeat.
Yeah, it's good. Not quite a repeat, but it's going to be back and forth. I think that you're not going to have Charlotte scoring twice and Atlanta storming back. It's going to be nip and tuck, just a very back and forth match that you would expect between 2 rivals, that you expect from a team in the playoff racing team that's hit form, looking to climb itself back into the top 9. So I'm going to say 2-2 draw, and by extension, over 1.5 goals, of course, in this
Or
match.
do you want to go over 3.5 or 2.5?
Let's go over 2.5, actually. Over 2.5 goals.
Gas, no brakes. We can't pick any of that.
Do we want to do a goal after 80 minutes? How do you feel about that?
Well, both these teams have a history.
Yeah,
that's where you're leading
they
to
absolutely
here
do.
Of some weird endings to some of these games.
They absolutely do. Do you want to go with that for this match, or just
let's get weird. We have no money in here. We can't win, so let's. There's another one here we haven't done, and I'm thinking over 3.5 cards.
Okay, I can see that.
These 2 teams, and obviously the way that Atlanta ended up coming back, like you said, in the last game, there's going to be some feelings hurt here for Charlotte. And the way when you get embarrassed at home, and that was, especially at that time, it was embarrassing for them to lose this game, and at that time, like, Atlanta was like real close to the spoon. It's embarrassing for them. If it's going to be a draw here, 2-2 draw, I think things are going to get real tight.
Yeah,
and especially towards the end of the game. If they had a yellow card after the 80th minute, I would take it. If it was a yellow card after the 90th minute, I might say let's get real weird with that.
Yeah.
But we don't have that option. So I'm gonna I think we should dude, it's 66
points.
Let's go. Oh, you know what? Yeah, hit some
all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes, baby.
No. It's all the gas. Any gas that's there, and it's expensive these days. So we're going here.
Again, scan the QR code on the screen. Click on the link in the description. Click on the link in the comments to join our Scorehub group. Again, it's absolutely free. The top scorer gets a $100 gift card. And congratulations to those who have already won gift cards as well.
Best case, you win some money. Worst case, maybe we tease you that you got 0 points throughout the week.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, that's worst case here, but you got to do better than us here.
Yeah.
Especially Sydney's picks here. He went nuts.
I know.
Absolutely nuts. 66 points.
Not sorry. This is your fault, though.
Hey, they're not your points. They're not your points. We're just throwing my account, but we're just there. So, and again, for anyone that, if you're real serious about this, I said this last week, I'm gonna stick to it here. If you're not, you can lock in your picks right now, but check the lineups.
Yep.
Check the lineups. When 6:30 comes, for those early games, you check the lineups. All of a sudden, there's some players sitting. Shouldn't have this much of a problem because there's no midweek games. Well, for a couple of them, if they were in Leagues Cup, there were. But other than that, you should be good. But always, always, always check the lineups.
Absolutely.
Never know when they're just going to sit Mukhtar and Suraj and just say we're gonna sit this game out here. So you just be careful.
Thanks everyone. Appreciate it and good luck this week. We'll see you next time.